Hello everybody, hope you're having a great day. Well, take a look at this. This is cinnamon raisin swirl bread, and it turned out so good. Look at that. It's so easy to make, and I'm using a bread machine to get the dough and to bake the bread. Let me show you how to do it. Well, you want to start with water. We're going to put 1.5 cups of water, or 335 grams, and then 2 tablespoons of powdered milk, 4 tablespoons of sugar. You're going to love this recipe, you're going to love this bread. And then 3 teaspoons of salt. I'm using kosher salt, and all the ingredients are listed in the description box below. And next, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Just like that. Now for the flour, 4.5 cups of flour. That's 600 grams of flour. Now I'll speed this up. It's simple, straightforward. And make a little cup or indentation in the flour. Next is 3 tablespoons of butter, and I cut that into quarters and put 1 piece in each of the corners of the cooked pan, the baked pan, and then 2 heaping teaspoons of instant yeast. And then we put it in the bread machine. Oh wait, I almost forgot. I need to put 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. All right. Now the tricky part is from the very start, when I push the start button, to the last knead cycle is 105 minutes. So I set a timer to know when to open the machine and take the dough out. And it holds at that point until I put it back in, and then it starts from that point forward and then goes through the bake cycle. So you'll have to check your manual for your bread machine to know exactly how long to let the machine work until you stop it to take the dough out. Close it and put it on the basic bread setting, and when it reaches a certain point, it sounds to let you know it's time to add any ingredients. And so I'm going to add 1 cup of raisins, and you don't want to soak these. All right, and now we'll prepare the work surface. Put some flour down on this silicone mat, which is very helpful. I'll have a link to this in the description box. I really like it. So at the beginning of the last kneading cycle on my bread machine, which is 105 minutes from start, I take the bread out of the bread machine and I begin to work it just by hand. And you don't have to be real careful with it or get it perfectly shaped. You can see that's not shaped very well. And then I put some soft butter right on the dough, and I just spread it by hand. You could use a spatula, but this works easier and it's faster, really. And then you wash your hands, and then you put the cinnamon sugar mixture, and you put whatever amount you like. I'll have a recipe for this cinnamon sugar. And then I use a rolling pin to just kind of press some of that into the butter. And now it's just a matter of rolling it up. It's very simple. Now the bread machine is open, so all the timing has stopped. So it's waiting to begin the last kneading cycle, and it will begin once I put the bread pan back in and close the lid. But I've removed the paddles so it won't disturb the loaf. So I roll it up and pinch the seam, and you see it doesn't matter that it wasn't perfectly rectangular, and I'll just kind of push it in and make it the size of the bake pan, and then put it seam side down right on top of the 2 little round posts that don't have the paddles anymore, so it won't disturb the bread. They'll just spin, and then let it finish, and it continues and it bakes, and this is how it comes out at the very end. A beautiful loaf of cinnamon raisin swirl. Now this butter, I've put a little honey in the butter, the melted butter, and it gives it a nice shine and a sweetness. So I let this cool. You have to let it cool completely. I've let this cool for 2 hours. And then take a look at this. It's very beautiful, and it's delicious, and it's moist. I think it's perfect. I have to be careful not to eat the entire loaf. Can you tell how tender that is? The bread is sweet. The cinnamon sugar swirl is sweet. The raisins are sweet. The bread is tender. It's wonderful. And so delicious. Well, that's how you make it. I hope you give it a try. Hey, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye now.